As servants, we need to accept divine provision and surrender to His qada and qadar. However, this does not mean that we need to remain silent without having to try to avoid it from happening or reduce the risk that will happen if anything occurs. Islam teaches us to always be prepared to face any possibility of this test. In other words, without prior preparation, we may be faced with a risk that is even heavier than the test earlier. Society needs to increase awareness by knowing the best way to manage risk in everyday life. Takaful protection is the best risk management method, and that can be used because it is in line with the requirement of Sharia. Risk, or in Arabic, kolmuhati, is described as the situation that includes exposure to the danger and the possibility of something dangerous and unwanted happening. It can also be associated with someone or something that is closely related to the sources of danger or the threat of something. Risk management in Islam takes its foundation from the Quran and Sunnah. During the hijrah from Mecca to Madinah, on the night the Prophet left Mecca to go to Madinah, he ordered his cousin Ali to take his place in his bed to give him enough time to leave Mecca and reduce the risk of being caught by the Quraysh vanguard. There are many different models from the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, which confirm support against risk and mitigate haram or threats in Islam. This is because risk management means that we strive for something like what is encouraged in Islam, not just hugging the body and surrendering to Allah SWT.
Present about institution is plain about Prudential BSN Takaful Berhad. The Takaful business in Malaysia is called Prudential BSN Takaful Berhad, which is PRUBSN, a joint venture between Bank Simpanan Nasional and Prudential PLC with respective interests of 51 and 49%. It was established in 2006. The business offers both general and family Takaful. PRUBSN has been the top family Takaful operator for 6 years in a row, starting in 2011. In 2016, the company generated new business production of 446 million with a 32.5% market share, as validated by the industry rating organization. Insurance Service Malaysia, it's received numerous honors in 2015, including the Asset Best Takaful Institution Award. PRUBSN has an agency force of more than 16,000 people. The ability to rapidly sell things using debit or credit cards with mobile point of sale technology started to advance in 2013. At the beginning of April 2015, mobile device accounted for more than 50% of all sales. The name Prudential BSN Takaful has developed in the Malaysian financial sector at the moment as a creative and forward-thinking business. It was established in August 2006 with the goal of being a premier provider of financial solutions that adhere to Sharia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Adi Asmawi binti Zulkifli, and I will explain about how Prudential BSN Takaful Berhad manage its risk. Risk management in family takaful. Contribution to family takaful are pooled into two types of fund. Depending on the takaful plan selected by the participant, a portion of the donation will be invested in the participant risk fund, PRF. And the second is management of market risk. In the stock market, market risk is created by the fluctuation in the price of investment or commodities traded. Even though takaful operators are not exposed to interest rate risk, they are exposed to rate of return risk, equity rate price change, and exchange rate risk.
Risk is a term used to describe the potential for danger, suffering, harm or loss. Because we cannot predict the future, risk is a necessary part of living in this planet. Prior to choosing any particular financial instruments or embarking on any new endeavors, one should take time to comprehend this aspect of investing. An evaluation of a risk that needs to be insured in the case of an accident or a claim arising from that risk is known as risk assessment or risk measurement. What insurers or takaful operators will charge for that risk will be determined by this assessment. Internal controls are the first difficulty that comes up in risk management for takaful. Internal controls are essential for identifying and evaluating the risk that financial institutions, particularly takaful business, must deal with. The majority of risk management strategies do not apply to Islamic financial institutions due to its Sharia compliance requirement. It also presents Sharia-based difficulties for takaful organization to control risk. The majority of takaful operators divided their risk into three categories, which is commercial, financial, and operational risk. It is crucial and important to recognize and categorize risk in the takaful industry. Having a consistent language for concepts, definitions, and classification, adopting a broad disciplined approach, building and implementing a strong risk governance, focusing on components that are quantifiable, and seeking continuous improvement are some approaches to risk management. In this way, the takaful operators in the business are able to exchange the best practice. By using the right strategy, risk management will become more applicable, workable, and acceptable. The key risk indicators, which is KRI, which alert the company to potential risk and losses, solvency capital, takaful or risk transfer programs, and business continuity management are among the crucial risk management strategies used by takaful operators. The takaful operator has recently been adopting the enterprise risk management strategy, which is called ERM. The implementation of ERM is an organization is becoming more demanded by senior management and shareholders since its formalizes the crucial link between daily operation and the organization's overall risk management program. The risk of Sharia non-compliance is the main concern in Takaful. TRM may be useful and strategic tool in managing the risk of Takaful operators if the Takaful classified Sharia compliance as a component of its operational risk.
Next, I will present about risk monitoring and risk reporting. Risk monitoring. So, what is risk monitoring? Risk monitoring is the process of tracking and evaluating an organization's risk levels. The discipline tracks and evaluates the effectiveness of risk management strategies in addition to monitoring the risk itself. After that, we have risk reporting. Risk reporting is the vehicle of communicating the value that the risk function brings to an organization. It enables proactive risk management by allowing organizations to identify and escalate issues either as they arise or before they become apparent in order to take a proactive approach to risk management. Other than that, how Prudential BSN Takaful manage risk in monitoring and reporting. For risk in monitoring, for example, a Takaful operator, TO, should use adequate management information system to monitor the status of the risk that it has identified. Then, for each risk, relevant and measurable performance indicators should be identified and monitored on a regular basis. Indicators of performance can be qualitative or quantitative. After that, in risk reporting, Takaful operators STO should maintain a thorough reporting process for all of the organization risks. For example, the reporting process should cover all internal and external risk reporting requirements, such as how relevant and reliable risk information is captured at the appropriate level of detail for each level of user, such as operational management, the risk management committee or equivalent body, the board of directors BOD, the Sharia board, and any required public or regulatory reporting. Then, the Takaful operator should consider the information needs of each recipient when designing the risk reporting process. In a nutshell, Takaful business must have good risk management technique to limit the risk inherent in family Takaful. The risks associated with family Takaful product are substantially distinct from those related to general Takaful goods.